Keeping healthy doesn't start at the doctor's office. It's made up of all the little tiny steps that you take every single day. We start out healthy. And my job as a doctor is to help parents keep their kids healthy. My name's Harvey Karp, and I'm a pediatrician. And for the last 20 years, my main interests have been child development and children's environmental health. From an environmental point of view, there are a lot of issues that parents have to deal with today that they didn't have to deal with 100 years ago. Oh, there's chemicals in food additives, there's pesticides, growth enhancers, and antibiotics, plastics in baby bottles. We don't know what we're doing with all of that. I mean, it may well have negative effects on kids' health. We know it has negative effects on the health of animals when we expose them to pesticides. And so one of the things I recommend to all my patients is to try to eat organic foods. I'm sure a generation from now, our grandchildren are going to look at us like we're from Mars and say, wait a second, you would spray cancer-causing and neurotoxic sprays on your food and then you'd feed it to us? You would never allow baby food company to add just a little bit of a carcinogenic chemical flavoring or something to the food. So why would we spray little bits of it on the food that we feed our families? It doesn't make any sense. There are a number of reasons why children are more at risk from exposure to pesticides and chemicals. One reason is because their bodies are immature, so that their developing bodies are more susceptible and more sensitive to the impact of chemicals. But another reason is they're exposed to more chemicals than we are. It doesn't sound right, but they really are exposed to 4 to 5 times the amount of pesticide as an adult is. Think of it this way. You might sit down and eat a banana. A 1-year-old might eat a banana, but they only weigh 21 pounds. That's like you sitting down and eating 8 bananas. It's estimated that 50% of all the pesticides you'll ever be exposed to in your life are consumed in the first 5 years. And then the one final increased risk for children, of course, is that they have 80 years to show the negative effects of what they've had. If you have pesticides and you're 50 years old, you know, maybe if it takes 20 years to cause a problem, it's never going to show up. But if you're 5 years old, then it's going to show up when you're 25. A wonderful study was done looking at children who eat organic food versus children who eat conventionally grown food. And the kids with conventionally grown food had 6 times more pesticide in their urine than children who are eating organic food. It clearly accumulates in the body. And what that does, we don't know. That's why it's better to be safe than sorry. If you can avoid it, it just makes sense to avoid it. Organic dairy products are especially good food because not only are they free of pesticides, but they're also free of antibiotics. And you don't want to be treating your child with any extra antibiotics more than they need. And they're also free of growth regulators that are so often used with conventional dairy stock. And so not only are you feeding a healthy food, high in calcium, high in vitamin D, but you're also helping to sidestep and avoid these chemicals that you really don't want to give your child. There's a peace of mind when you feed kids organic food. Not only that you're not exposing your child to risks, but that you're treating the earth well. I'm not saying you can do everything. Look, no one can do everything, but everybody can do something. If you buy some organic food now, then farmers will grow more of it, and that gets the ball rolling. Sure, it may cost a little bit extra, but that's worth investing in so that by the time our children and grandchildren are raising their families, it'll be all organic foods.